So here I am, getting my toes done and thinking about what I'm going to do for my next video. And I think I have it figured out. It's just going to be some of the places that I've been to while I've been here in the Philippines. I hope you stay tuned for it. It's coming soon.
Stay tuned.
Bye. Hi everyone, this is Steven, and welcome back to my channel, Where Else Philippines. And I want to welcome all of my new and returning viewers and subscribers. I thank you. I couldn't do this without you guys. Appreciate you sticking with me all this time. Just to follow up on the last video, I'm feeling a lot better since I did test positive for COVID. Still think it's a cold, but nevertheless, I'm glad I'm vaccinated and not worse off than I am or than I was. The symptoms of the cold are just about gone. I'm kind of feeling just about back to normal. So thanks for the well wishes. And you guys please stay safe. COVID's not messing around, so take care of yourselves. So like I said earlier, I want to talk about some of the places that I had been. And since this being January, the month that I usually do my traveling around, whether it's here in the Philippines or to some other places outside of the country, January for the last few years has been my month to travel. So I know you've asked a few times, well, where do you guys go in the Philippines? So I'm going to share with you some of the beach spots, I guess you call them, that I've been to. And most of them are white beaches. They may not be the ones that you're familiar with, but you know, this is where I've been. So what can I tell you? It's been over the 10 years that I've been here that I've gone to these places, plus the 5 years time frame, I suppose, before I decided to move. So I'm going to start off with Bohol. And Bohol is known for the Chocolate Hills. There is an island called Pangalao Island, which is one of the beach areas that I stayed in, besides visiting the Chocolate Hills, of course. It's a nice beach, plenty of resorts up and down the beach. It's a spot where I saw a lot of people coming for diving. The area is actually south of Cebu. It's a little east of Dumaguete, near Siquijor Island. So it's around those places, and you can, Google those on your map. But as I said, nice beaches. Actually saw, I believe it could have been my first double rainbow. Very nice, relaxing. I think I spent one New Year's Eve weekend there because I figured it would be less noisy than being in Metro Manila with all the fireworks, but I was wrong. But it was fun anyway. Another place with a very nice beaches, okay, of course, is Cebu. I did go to Bataan Island off of Cebu City. This is the site where the Datu Lapu-Lapu destroyed Magellan on the beaches because he didn't want to cooperate with the intruders. But nice beaches. They also have a factory that's known for making guitars. But again, I'm talking beaches, so nice beaches, nice resort. It's where I found that my limited knowledge of Tagalog was useless because they spoke Visayan, or there's a whole nother language in Cebu, so it was like learning another language again, and just kind of scratched my head. But that's that. A place on Luzon that I could actually drive to if I wanted to, but we flew, is up north, the locals North Day, and near Luag City. Apparently, this area is known for being a Marcos stronghold. Okay, I didn't go to see the burial of Fernando. I didn't look for Melda and her shoes or anything like that, but I did go to the beach up in Pagatput, which is on Luzon, I think one of the northernmost tips of the island. And beautiful white beaches, beautiful. And you know, if you're there on a clear, quiet night, you could probably hear them speaking Chinese from Taiwan, which is located straight north from there. And if you make a left turn, then you'll head straight into Da Nang or Hue City in Vietnam. Yeah. But it's, again, the beaches up there were one of the most beautiful beaches I've seen. And, you know, it's a long drive. It probably takes you about 8, 10, 12 hours to get there. I'm not sure. I flew, so I'd have to maybe try to do it again one day just to see how things have changed. Another place close by to Manila is Pangasinan. It's on the way to Baguio, which is another city with no beaches, but you know, a good place to visit, very cool. But Pangasinan is located between Baguio and Tarlac. And you know, those are the known cities. In Pangasinan, the beach that I went to there was interesting because it was the first time I had seen jeepneys, which is the major form of transportation by the public here, driving on the beach. And there's this one shot that I took of people just enjoying themselves driving along the beach and just on top of this jeepney. I took this photo. I entered it in a jeepney photo contest. I got honorable mention. It hung up in the U.S. Embassy in Manila. The U.S. ambassador to the Philippines at that time bought a copy. It was featured in the book. I mean, this photo, we got a lot of play. It wasn't staged. They just happened to be driving along, and I caught them. So, you know, that was my memory of Pangasinan. Iloilo is another island, and an island that's off of Iloilo that I can't pronounce, with Moraris Island, I'm probably messing it up, is where I spent some time looking at some caves. We couldn't actually take the banca up to the shore, so we had to dock out in the bay and take this form on a little raft to take all our shit onto the beach, which was interesting since I can't swim. But the caves were nice. The beaches had some nice scenes for sunrises, some sunsets. It was more of a relaxing thing than an actual the beach resort that you're accustomed to with white sand. But there are resorts with beach clubs up and down the coast. So again, it's a short flight from Manila, but you know, it's worth a mention since I did go there. And kind of north of Iloilo is Boracay, which is, of course, everybody goes there. I think I've been there 3 times. And the last time that I was there, people tend to stay on the western side of the island. That's where all the partying goes on, okay, along the beachfront. The resorts with the bars and the singing, the nightclubs and everything else, and all the tourists, everybody hangs out over on the west side. The last time I got hooked up with someone who knew a hotel owner over on the east side. and the resort there was very nice. And you saw a different side of Boracay, even though when you wanted to do anything, you had to go to the west side. But Boracay, again, very nice beaches. Everybody goes there. If you're in the Philippines and you don't go to Boracay one time, you're missing out. So, beautiful sunsets, beautiful sunrises, very nice beach. And that takes me to Mindoro and Puerto Galera. We had to take a row from Batangas City. The row ride was interesting, but what was more interesting was the relaxed atmosphere on the beaches there. There were a lot of activities that happened at night along the beach. The water was fine, of course, as always. I even found a little village there that apparently was put up by one of the rich families here, the Ayalas, who were displaced indigents on the island, and they created this place for them to live and actually, earn a living. It's a tourist spot where people can come and purchase some of the goods that they make there. And it was interesting to see that. It was very nice. The not to be overlooked, of course, was Batangas itself, which also has plenty of beaches, plenty of resorts. We've been to a couple. Nasubugu is what I call it. Ashley went there. It's a nice little quiet area. Some beaches, lots of golf. I don't golf, but nice scenes, nice relaxing atmosphere, and plenty of things to do. And the last but not least, probably one of my favorite places is in Palawan and called El Nido. The first beach that I went to when I got to the Philippines, and I had to go back another time just to see the difference. Nice beaches, nice little islands, nice little secluded areas where you can do breakfast on the beach, or lunch on the beach, I should call it. They'll take you on a boat and put you on the sand and set you up with a table, bring you some food, and then leave you there. And the first time that happened, I said, "You're coming back, right? Don't leave me. I don't know where we are." And they came back, of course. I think that was the one and only time I was ever worried about being kidnapped. But it was a very nice resort that we went to. When I came back the second time, I had seen how things had changed. The airport got bigger. It didn't look like the runway where some drug dealer was going to drop off like 10,000 kilos of cocaine in the middle of the jungle, and guys with guns would come out, which is what it looked like the first time I went there. Now the airport is a little bit more modern, actually a lot more modern. The ride to get to the resort was very nice. The resort itself, of course, have been kept up in terms of the quality. Very nice. What can I say? These are the different beaches I've gone to. I just wanted to show you that I don't have to live on the beach in order to enjoy the beach. There are the places that I mentioned. Some are driving distance from Manila. There are plenty of places in terms of weekend getaways that are near Manila that you can look up when you're here. Some of the places on the list included Batangas, which I've been to, of course, Pangasinan, Quezon Province, which is on the other side, on the eastern side of Luzon. I've been there too. Laguna has nice falls. There's plenty of places. I haven't been everywhere, but I've been to a lot. And I think the fact that Living in a gated community and I'm not near a beach doesn't take away the fact that these places are accessible. They're easy to get to. It's not expensive to get there. And once I'm 100% better and these travel restrictions are lifted, I can get back on the road or get back on the plane and go to these places once again. And this time take different pictures, because when I went to these places, I went there to enjoy, not to do a vlog or do videos or anything like that. So that's why the pictures are kind of limited, and you don't see me in too many of them because I'm shooting. So that's it. I just got the idea, like I said, when I was looking at some Facebook memories that were showing pictures of places that I had been to in the month of January, my travel month, as I said in the beginning. And I just wanted to share, since this is a question that people had. So that's it for now. I hope you got some idea of some of the places with beaches that you can go to. Of course, there are other things to do besides go to a beach in the Philippines. But that's this episode. Places I've been, beaches. And I hope you come back next week for another episode and another topic that we'll talk about on Where Else Philippines. Once again, this is Steven. I'm going to sit back, enjoy the rest of the day. I hope you do too. Don't forget, stay safe. All you new viewers, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button somewhere down there. Any questions you want answered, be sure to leave it in the comment section and I will do my utmost to answer them or address them in a future vlog. Till next time, this is Steven. Take care, be safe.